What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. A little Sunday night action for you. Evening? I guess it's evening. Hope everybody had a nice little weekend. And that you had some fun baseball sweats. Hope you hit some dangers like the New York Yankees did this weekend. Out of control. Yankees hit enough home runs that everybody had an orgasm on Twitter being like, they finally adjusted where they're putting the wood in the barrel instead of putting the wood at the handle. Everybody losing their mind. That was good to see. Rafael Devers putting up enough Ks like he's joining a hate group this weekend. He struck out 1,000,000 times. That was out of control. Also, guys, listen, not trying to pat myself on the back right off the top. That was an exquisite joke that we just improvised there. Very proud of that work. And I can tell you, I can promise that was improvised because I think I would have run that one by my wife before I said it live. You know, it's just sketchy enough that I probably would have asked for permission if that was okay, but I didn't. I just let it rip. We got, let's see, there we go. That was the right reaction. We got Borland in the chat. Let's go. Sneeps up here asking if Luke Cornett plays baseball. We got our guy Jay Blaze, who has a nice little rare tear sweat going on. Shout out Jay Blaze. He says, can we all admit that Sorare baseball is 1,000,000 times better than NBA? I wouldn't go that far yet. I will say it's a lot cleaner. I do enjoy that part. Patty said, glad to see everyone back hating the Yankees again. We know Patty is, are you still in Hawaii, Patrick, or are you back on the mainland? Taylor in the chat. Who else watching NASCAR? I'm not watching NASCAR. I'm not. All right, we get a fun one. Listen, this is going to be our first full slate. I've tried my best to come up with an agenda, if you will, for tonight's action or for this game week's action. I think what we're gonna do after we check out my lineups to see how I did. What we're going to do is go through, I think we're just going to go through series by series and try to get a feel for what's going on. I think it's too early to like really do a breakdown of each individual series, but we know there's only 4 teams playing 4 games this upcoming game week. We can look at some projected pitchers using fan graphs for each matchup, and then just kind of see spots we'd like to attack. Again, I think it's still too early, too early of a sample size to really get a feel for a lot of this stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with where I'm at right now. Listen, for my first time, we eased into it. I feel okay with how I did this week. I don't think I embarrassed myself, but I also don't think I made anybody too proud. Had a couple of fun sweats, more so in the daily game than in the week to week. But let's do it. Oh, you're back on the mainland. Welcome back. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at what I got cooking here. This is where we'll start. Currently here, this is my bi-weekly. My bi-weekly here. This is what we got going on. So we've got a top 30%. That's our best, getting some energy and some essence. But we got old Crotchet, Garrett Crochet. He got 15. We got one save from the Chapman. Red Sox super disappointing here. Cassis struck out a million times this weekend. I got Jackson Holiday with 29. Colton Cowser dropped 20. Eugenio Suarez with an 82. He's still playing. And then Brent Rooker's out there with 24. So 185 points in this one. Rafi Devers, man, incredible stuff. We got 36 from Gilbert, 20 from Munoz. Devers struck out a million times. He's got -6. And then Story with 18, Duran with 13, Breggies with 11, and then Brian Reynolds with 25. So not the best, but hey, listen, top 30%, I'll do it. Taylor saying you finished 7th at the Rare Daily Danger yesterday. That's nice. Here is my daily performances from the weekend. So we'll start with Friday. We dropped, we finished in the top 40%. Nothing spectacular. Saturday was fun, though, because we did have the Yankees just go nuts in the Daily Derby here. We finished in 21st, winning 100 essence. We got Bryce Miller, who kind of disappointed. We got some Hoffman innings. Goldie and Belly combining for 70 points. Lodolo with 18. Sager and Brandon Lau. Also pretty disappointing in that performance. But then today in the Daily Derbs. Oh, wait, that's the common one. This is the one, the Daily Derbs and the Limited. Buxton and Wallner, kind of boring. Richard Pitts with 18, had a good performance. DeGrom had 24. We got a save from Hoffman. And Carcion Strand with 3 Ks. Good Lord. And then Brandon Lowe with a bomb. And then he struck out a bunch of times. So that's right now in 16th. So we'll take it. Listen, for the first time, I'll take it. I'm not upset. I'm not upset about the performance. Oh, what did I call him? Dick Pitts? Did I say Dick Pitts? It's Dick Fitz. You're right. It is Dick Fitz. My bad. I keep saying Pitts because seems like it shouldn't be real, It shouldn't be real. All right. Anyways, that's where I'm at. I hope you guys are having better luck than I am this weekend with the Dick Fitz. I hope you guys are having better luck. Little disappointed. I did watch a bunch of Red Sox games. They sucked. The games that I watched, they were pretty bad. Oh, Matty Harrison, 3rd and 9th in NBA Rare in-season champion. Let's go, Matty Harrison. Let's go. We love that. Good luck to you tonight, man. Hope you get somebody surge in there at the end. Excuse me. Want to shout out Discord, though. If you guys aren't in the Discord, I'm not taking credit for what the Yankees did on Saturday, but Saturday morning I woke up, was trying to get a feel for who we should be targeting for the daily contest. I said, this is the best hitting environment the Yankees have seen this early in the season in a long time. Plus, they were going up against the corpse of Nestor Cortez. 4 bombs in the first inning. Even Taylor, the rare and super rare king in the chat was like, Cody Bellinger's 0 for 2 in his 2 appearances against Nestor Cortez. Bomb. He hit a bomb. 3 pitches, 3 bombs in the first inning. And then again, it encouraged Joe Papaciano, whatever his name is on Twitter, to be like, the barrels and the bats are just different. They're just different what they're doing with the barrels now. So we'll have to wait and see if those barrels continue to cook. All right, let's do it. This is how I'm going to try to approach today's show. So we're going to start with the teams that are playing 4 games this game week. Okay, we're going to start there. Then what we'll do is we'll check the weather and the projected starting lineups. All right. Or pitchers anyways. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. I spent a lot of money on comedy classes. Let's go over to the MLB schedule. We're going to start with the Twins. The Twins here play the Chicago White Sox on Monday. And then, so they've got the White Sox on Monday. We've got Chris Paddock. Remember when Chris Paddock was like a big prospect coming out of San Diego against Martin Perez? I can't believe he's still pitching. So this is in Chicago, by the way. This line is already opened up at 8.5 runs. Tuesday, they will play them again. That's how series work. We've got Simeon Woods Richardson against Shane Smith, 2 people I've never heard of. That's all we're seeing here. If we go to Wednesday in that series, Minnesota, it's got Pablo Lopez. So the starters are back up against Sean Burke. The starters, by the way, I mean aces. And then Thursday, Houston plays Minnesota, and it's Hunter Brown against Joe Ryan. So that's 4 games against Minnesota. Now, Minnesota coming off a pretty frustrating weekend, dropping most of their games, dropping most of their games this weekend, not really putting up a ton of offense. Again, we're not panicking this early, and against a team like Chicago, would be pretty excited to play them. They don't have a game at home until Thursday, right? Because they're starting with the White Sox. Is that correct? I mean, at Chicago, right? Yeah. So let's go over to weather.com. Yeah, don't doubt a hyphen surname. I like it. I like it. Yeah, Twins were swept. We don't love it. We don't love what we're seeing from Minnesota here early, Borland, especially, because I bought him. Also, if you're not paying attention to Borland buys in the Discord, you got to get in. Got to get in the Discord. All right, let's go see what it's looking like in Chicago this weekend. Chicago, Illinois. All right, here we go. Feels like today. No, we don't want the hourly forecast. Hit me with a little 7-day or 10-day. Hit me with a little 10-day. We don't want this ad. Let's close the ad. All right, here we go. Wow, it's cold and gross. So we got 42 degrees tomorrow. We got 44 degrees on Tuesday, mostly cloudy. We got some thunderstorms and wind, but I think we're okay. I think we can still do it. 63 degrees on Wednesday. So that's not ideal hitting there in Chicago. Don't really love that. Don't really love that as much, but they are playing 4 games. I think you still got to attack it there. Let's go. The team they play on Thursday is the Houston Astros. So let's go see what Houston's got cooking for us this coming game week here. If we go back to Monday, so Houston series, they are at home again. They're facing the Giants. Giants sneaky putting up runs to start the season, huh? How about that? So Jordan Hicks against Ronel Blanco. We got Houston favored 8.5 total. Blanco, good boomer bust guy related to Benny. On Tuesday, they play the Giants. I got to stop saying they play the Giants. This time they get Logan Webb against Hayden Wisniewski. Okay, cool. Wednesday in the rubber match, as they like to say, it's Landon Roop against Framber Valdez. So their ace gets back on the mound on Wednesday. We already went over Thursday. Houston's indoors, right? Or is Houston one of those ballparks where it's like half indoors, half outdoors? I can't remember what they do. But it's going to be 85, 82, 88 this week. So it's going to be good weather in Houston. This is baseball, Snoopaloop. This is baseball, baby. So there is your yeah, it's retractable. Okay. Whoa, we got retractable. See, suck it, Snoop. Suck it, Snoop. We got some retractables in the chat. Also, forgot to say today's show unofficially brought to you by Hetty Topper. Love when Hetty Topper comes to town. Very exciting stuff. So that's what we're looking at here for Houston. Astros, again, like decent start. DJ Local, how are you feeling about your hometown heroes there, the Houston Astros? They have the best wings in baseball. Is that true? Best wings in baseball are in Houston? Interesting. Yeah, Minnesota series is in Houston. But don't you guys also have a retractable, don't you? Or do you not have a? No. I'm sorry. You used to have the dome. You don't have the dome anymore. Yeah. So the Minnesota game. Thank you for pointing that out. That Minneapolis, and you said you're going to the game, right? So that 46 and cloudy. You're fine. It's going to be cold, but you're going to be there. You're playing. 46 and cloudy, Borland. You're good to go, man. You're good to go, Borland. Light it up. What's the best concession we've got in Minneapolis? Yeah. That's all right. I fuck a dome. You know what I'm saying? Who is the best reliever to get right now? I don't really know, man. I don't really know, Alex. We'll take a look though. I'll tell you who I think Jeff Hoffman, too cheap. Jeff Hoffman, too cheap. Jump Shooty saying Target Center is indoors, Target Field is outdoors. There you go. Now Target Stadium underground. How about that? All right, so let's look at Cincinnati next. I believe Cincinnati is a 4-game week, right? Is that correct? Cincinnati plays at home, which we love to see. Kumar Rocker versus Brady Singer. Look at Brady Singer making his way downtown to Cincinnati, huh? We got Texas faves here, minus 115, coming off a 3-1 series against the Red Sox. I will say, though, the offense wasn't super impressive. This, again, watching the games that I did watch there, seemed like the Red Sox offense was dog shit, and the Texas pitching was pretty good. We didn't really see the offensive explosion I was kind of hoping for down there, but they go to Cincinnati, great ballpark to play in. We'll see how cold it is here in a little bit. But anyways, Kumar Rocker against Brady Singer in the opening day game, or the opening game of that series. Then we've got Nathan Eovaldi, so quick turnaround there for the ace, Nathan Eovaldi against Carson Spears. And then on Wednesday, the Cincinnati Reds early day game. So we might get a little funkiness there with that game, having a night game followed by a day game. Early start, too, 12:40. Jack Leiter of the Lighters takes on Hunter Green. Love Hunter Green. Tickets as low as $7 if you're trying to get in there. And then on Thursday, do they start a new series on Thursday? Is that right? On Thursday, they are on the road against the Brew Crew. Nick Lodolo against Nestor. Oh, my God, he just gave up another home run. Cortez. I'm going to go over. You're not seeing this, but I'm going to give you a little weather report here in Cincinnati, Ohio, from Great American Small Park. Monday, 55 degrees and cloudy. Not bad. Tuesday, 57 degrees. Okay, but Wednesday, holy shit. So this day game on Wednesday, which who did we say was pitching on Wednesday? Wednesday what? Tomorrow? The day game, Leiter against Hunter Green, 80 degrees with some thunderstorm warnings, which means we're a little bit nervous if we're rolling out Leiter or Hunter Green. However, what we do like for hitting 84 degrees and humidity, sign me up. Bombs.com. Again, especially because they're in that hitting environment of Cincinnati, I like it. When can you start looking at your finger teams? Oh, is that Consigliere? I can't look at any best ball teams because they canceled Underdog in New York. Those cowards. All right, so we've done Houston. We've done Cincinnati. Who was the other team? We've done Minnesota. What was the other team? Oh, Milwaukee. We got to do the Brew Crew here. So the Brew Crew, they take on Kansas City to start this series. So they got a 3-game stint against the Kansas City. I almost called them Chiefs, the Royals. You got Chris Pubic Hair against Elvin Rodriguez. That's a day game on Monday. We got day game baseball tomorrow. Look at this. We got Minnesota day game, Kansas City, Milwaukee day game, Boston and Orioles day game. Okay. Colorado, Philly. We got a day slate tomorrow. Oh, love baseball. Tuesday, Brew Crew Breakthrough take on the Kansas City Royals again. We don't know who's pitching yet for the Brewers, but however, the Royals are running out Michael Lorenzen. And then on Wednesday, Freddie Peralta, another day game against the swooping lefty and Cole Reagans. So there you go. Those are the teams playing 4 games this game week. Now, a question I have for people, are you so the games that we just rolled out there, and again, you guys have been playing Sorare MLB longer than I have. Are you prioritizing the Twins, the Twins we already mentioned? The weather's not necessarily dicey. They're playing all 4 games, but not great weather. Cincinnati, Milwaukee, I think we said, in Houston. Are you prioritizing all of those teams just because they play 4 games? Is that what you're doing there? Curious, that's what I didn't know if you treat the 4 games versus 3 games as tiebreakers, or you just are like, listen, I'm rolling out Reds and I'm rolling out Twins and we'll figure out the rest later. Because I do think that makes it, all right, Jump Shoot says Brew Crew. You mean it's Garrett Mitchell week? Is it Garrett Mitchell week? I think that, again, this is me just spitballing here, but on these game weeks where there's only a handful of teams that have 4 game weeks, or Are we seeing the majority of the lineups all have the players from these teams, though? You know what I mean? Also, Mike Basson, I still owe you a reward, by the way. Just seeing your name in there, I owe you one. Brewers play Reagans and Lodolo, though, so lots of Ks, yeah. So, yeah, but I guess I'm just thinking of a game theory perspective here. And one thing, listen, John from So Rare, Damian from So Rare, Nico, if you're tuning in, if I could give, and this, I think this is about like basketball and football as well. I think if I could make a recommendation here, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to say this, you should add ownership percentages to your lineups. So, like, after these contests go live, I would love to know, because not only is it helpful for the in-game sweat, for the sweat of that current game week, I think that's like useful information for us moving forward. Like, if I knew that, like, the Brewers, the Astros, like, if I knew all of those teams were going to be like 90% owned, I don't know if I would want to be rolling out lineups like that, because if I'm competing against 3,000 other people and 2,800, or say, let's be honest, 2,400 of those 3,000 people are all running out Brewer stacks, Astro stacks, Red stacks, you really have to like run pure in order to get that W. Whereas, like, if you play like a lesser owned stack that's in like a really great hitting environment, then I think you kind of get leverage. Like, if you have a team do what the Yankees did this weekend, where they scored 32 runs in 2 games, versus like, oh, congrats, the Brewers scored 18 runs over 4 games. I don't know. Just something to think about. Let's give them something to think about. Shout out Cheryl Crow, sponsor of the show. Taylor said Astros and Twins unplayable the next game week too. You mean like because they're not playing enough games? Is that what you mean? Patrick said, how much stacking are you doing? I think there is value in doing it. I haven't been like forcing it. There we go. Best said I just play the trash. Yeah. I haven't been forcing it. I've been doing like 2-man stacks a lot of the time. Like 2-man stacks. I don't know. Mike, you should go to Minecraft Day at Fenway. There we go. I should. You're right. Let's go through some of these other series here while we can, shall we? So let's go back to Monday. Let's do some of these teams only having 3 games this game week. We did. How about the Sox and the Orioles again? The Red Sox offense super disappointing. Outside of, you want to know who should be hitting first and clean up for the Red Sox? Wilyer Abreu. Wilyer Abreu has been an absolute monster so far. He's been the only Red Sox to be consistent. I think he's got 3 extra base hits already this season. Meanwhile, Devers and Cassis, again, putting the white hoods on. They've been throwing Ks around left and right. Just really ugly stuff from them. Orioles, on the other hand, Big Adley, huh? Rutschman guy. He's been going nuts. The Orioles, Colton Cowser. I know he's day-to-day right now. He had a bomb. Westberg, Holiday. There have been a bunch of guys in the Orioles rotation that's going well. Anyway, Sean Newcomb. Is that the former Atlanta Brave? I think he's from Middleborough, Massachusetts, by the way, which is a rival town, a town that I grew up right next to. I also think Sean Newcomb famously said some cancelable stuff. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I think Westberg also. I thought that was a rest day, Jay Blaze, but maybe not. No, Cass has played. He just struck out a fuck ton, man. He just struck out a ton. Anyways, let's look at these matchups here. So Newcomb versus Povich. Then on Tuesday, we're back. Oh, no, they have an off day on Tuesday. The rare Monday game off day, and then they play Wednesday, Thursday. Very interesting. On Wednesday, a little 6:35 start for the kiddos. Garrett Crochet. Is it Crotchet Rocket against Zach Eflin. So we're back to the starters there for the Sox and the O's. And then the last game of that series there on Thursday, April 3rd, a short slate that night. Tanner Hawk-Tua against Charlie Morton. That's a day game too, by the way, day game. So listen, the Red Sox are in Baltimore. Devers smokes it in Baltimore. So I don't know. I'd still be fine rolling out the Sox. I think at some point they start cooking. Snoop Loop, I'm with you on this too. Again, I'm trying not to get. Listen, I am a novice. Okay, I'm new to the game. I'm not trying to go full NBA, bro. Where it's like, hey, they have 3 games in 4 nights, so that means all of the Red Sox are going to play. I mean, that means like all the Celtics are going to play all. Like normally, somebody rests a game, right? I kind of think that's the case when a baseball team has 4 games. I think that's really true when it's a Sunday afternoon game, but I don't know. Why? Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Westbrook is injured, but they didn't disclose what it is. Should be back on Monday. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm gonna listen. I know it's not Borland, Mike, but I'm gonna say Jeff Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman, key to the week. Anyways, I'm still rolling out my Sox. I'm not too worried. Orioles as well. Maybe you save your Red Sox for the daily if you're nervous about the 3 games, but I think they're gonna be okay. Let's go back to Monday. Let's find the next series here. We've got the Colorado Rockies against the Philadelphia Phillies. So Herman Marquez against Christopher Sanchez. We got an 8.5 total here. Phillies are favored early in this one. I will say Rockies held their own though against the Tampa Bay Rays to start the season. Game 2. Do they not have a game on the second day there? Okay, so they are also a team that has a Tuesday rest day. Cool. Tight. Wait, I didn't do the Cincinnati. Oh, no, I did do Cincinnati. I lost my spot. On Wednesday, oh, there it is. Wednesday, we've got Kyle Freeland, the lefty, I think, right? Is Kyle Freeland a lefty? I think he is. Against Zach Wheeler, we get one of the aces back up there for the Phils. Phillies will be definitely favored in there. And then on Thursday, for the last game, we have Colorado against Philly again. Antonio Zensatella against Taiwan Walker. I got to tell you, man, I think we see some funny business on that Thursday afternoon game. I am much more excited to roster some Phillies than I am Rockies in this matchup. Don't really love that as well. I don't love it. Yeah, shout out Cade Smith. I'm with you, Taylor. I think we're going to see a lot of Ks here. Those Philly pitchers might be the ones that stand out the most as some of the best plays there. All right, back to Monday. The Miami Marlins and the New York Mets. We got Peterson against Quantrill. Mets are favored here, 8.5 total. Mets have been a little funky here to start. Well, actually, I don't even know if that's true. How have the Mets been doing to start the year? Let's see. I feel like I saw a Juan Soto home run, and that was really it. I haven't really seen anything else from this Mets team except for the Juan Soto bomb. They didn't play today? Okay, interesting. So 3 games. Weird start to the schedule, huh? What did they do yesterday? Yesterday, they got all right. So they're 1-2. Wow, Astros 2-1. Oh yeah, the pitching of the Stros, baby. The pitching of the Stros. I didn't know Griffin Canning was on the Mets. I'm gonna be honest, I missed that. Anyways, Peterson against Quantrill. Then on Tuesday they play again. Another early, well, not that early. Senga against Sandy Alcantara. So Sandy back on the mound against the Mets. Not really the best. Again, I don't really love this. I think you attack pitchers in this series more so than anything else. I don't really love. Then it's Clay Holmes against Connor Gillespie, not to be confused with Colin Gillespie. Shout out to Phoenix Suns. I don't love this at all. Anyways, good question here from Weisberg. Do you guys prefer an extra starter in the flex spot or an offensive player? Taylor is saying flex spot should always be a hitter. So Taylor, I think you were the one that told me this, right? That you should put a flex spot as the hitter in the bi-weekly, but in the daily, the flex spot should be a pitcher. Is that right? Anyway, so that's the Mets Marlins. Again, Miami, not really the most hitter-friendly ballpark, not my favorite place to attack, typically from an offensive perspective. I think you can still get there from the Mets, but don't really love it. The Pittsburgh Pirates are going to Tampa Bay. Normally not a hitter-friendly ballpark, but now it is. Tampa Bay favored here, 8.5 total. They had a tough series against Colorado to start up. Malinsky against Drew Rasmussen. Sounds like this is a matchup between 2 18th century authors, one from Russia, one from, I don't know, maybe both from Russia. Second matchup in this series here is not, oh no, it is on Tuesday. We don't know who was going through for the Pity Boys, but then we got Shane Baz for the Rays. And then on Wednesday for the rubber match, day game, Paul Skeens takes the match, takes the mound again against Ryan Pepio. That'll be a fun one there. That'll be a fun one. I didn't really check. We should check the weather there in Tampa. I'm sorry, I forgot to continue to check the weather. Tampa this week, though, Tampa's an interesting one. And I think if you just look at like weather notifications, you might get freaked out a little bit. But because it always rains in Tampa for at least like 40 minutes, but it never like rains for a long time. Typically, it's just an afternoon shower. But this weather, we've got decent, well, not really, like 10-mile-an-hour winds on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but it's 86 degrees, 87 degrees, 92 degrees. So this, like, again, from a daily standpoint, I think these Rays are pretty interesting outside of the Skeens matchup. And honestly, you could probably get to Pittsburgh too. But again, I think if you're prioritizing I'm like so torn by this, where I feel like if everybody's playing the 4 teams that have 4 games in shitty weather environments, it's like, man, is it really worth the 3 extra at-bats? Not if it's Raffy Devers, because that's like -3 again. More opportunities equals higher upside. There you go. There you go, Patty. There you go, Patty Coin. Anyways, that is the Tampa-Pittsburgh matchup. Let's keep it going here. We got the Washington Natty Bows against Toronto. I don't know why. So Piper, no. Washington against the Toronto Blue Jays. Soraka against Bowden. Toronto's favorite. Toronto's putting up some runs. They just went up against a Baltimore team also putting up runs. So that is the first matchup. Second matchup, we got Trevor Williams against Jose Berrios. So the ace makes his return on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we've got Mackenzie Gore, Kevin Gausman. Also, I was surprised Jose Berrios was considered the ace against Berrios, but interesting. Your entire strategy should be picking guys that will get the most at bats for his bad pitching. No, I totally agree. I mean, I'm not trying to come out here and say you shouldn't play the guys that play 4 games versus the guy. I guess there's like 2 ways to look at it, right? If you think there are less, like, but I don't know. I'm struggling with this from a game theory perspective, where if just like everybody's playing the same thing, it's like playing James Harden over Giannis is the best way I can describe it. Giannis projects for 58 points. James Harden projects for probably 49 points, right? So you're giving up 9 points in projection, but Giannis is going to be owned by 65% of everybody else playing, and James Harden is going to be owned by like 4, you know? But yes, I do understand this point of it too. 7 guys in a lineup, rare league. But this is what I like. I feel like if you are doing that, you should be trying to get a little bit more unique from the starting pitcher perspective. But I don't know. Maybe that's wrong too. I don't know. I'm working through this, guys. Just like therapy, you know. Chicago Cubs are taking on the Oakland Athletics. A's gave the Mariners some fits this weekend, huh? But this series starts in it is in Oakland. So big ball. Oh, wait, no. Where are they playing? Is that a big ballpark? Cubs are favored in this one. 8.5 over under to start it. Ben Brown versus Joey Estes on Monday. Justin Steele versus Luis Severino on Thursday. No game on Wednesday. And then we get, Wednesday, Jamison Taillon versus Jeffrey Springs, another big southpaw. That's on Wednesday. So I don't know how much I'm going to be attacking this spot either. Yeah, it's in Sacramento. No, I knew it was in Sacramento, but I couldn't remember like what the dimensions of the ball. It is a minor league park, but how big is it? You know what I'm saying? Also, a couple years we'll be going to that game in Vegas, right? Maybe next not this summer league, maybe next summer league, 2 summer leagues from now. Sacramento is this not Sacramento. The Athletics a stop there in Vegas, maybe. All right, let's keep going. Let's go back to Monday here. We've got St. Louis against the Angels here. Tyler Anderson against Mikolas. Then we have no game on Thursday. On Wednesday, we've got. Oh wait, no, we do have a game. We have Kyle Hendricks against Matthew Liberatore, and then we have UC Kikuchi and Sonny Gray. What's this? Let's look at the St. Louis weather because they have been a little funky. I know there's a little bit of delay. They laid the wood down to Minnesota. I mean, yeah, Minnesota this weekend, right? Oh no, is that Guardians? No, shit. Now I forget. Who did they play? No, that was who was it? Sorry, I'm looking at the scores right now. It was St. Louis. St. Louis 2-0 start the season. All right, let's go. Or 3-0. Let's go. Let's do it. St. Louis weather. Monday 52. All right, no, it should be good. Wednesday they have some thunderstorms, but we should be good. Wait, hold on. What's going on here? We got McAfee's doing some weird stuff on my computer right now. Are we getting hacked? Or is our lineup okay? Kyle Hendricks sucks. Great matchup. There we go. Sorry, that was weird. We just had like a weird. Let me try that again here. All right, I think we're okay. What is going on here? We got a little hack action. All right, I think we're okay. That's why you pay McAfee, baby. That's why you pay McAfee, not Pat McAfee. John. We're John McAfee house. Pat wants those YouTube views. That's right. That's right. All right. So we were saying Kyle Hendricks sucks. That's where we left off, right? Weather's okay in St. Louis. I know it was a little dicey this weekend, so that's part of the reason I brought that up. All right. Only a couple more series to get to. We got San Francisco. Oh, no, we did Houston already, but because they have 4 games, we already did that, and we already covered San Francisco, so that's okay. Cleveland at San Diego. The Guardians. Luis Ortiz against Kyle Hart. Another 8.5 line. You're seeing a lot of 8.5 versus 7.5 lines. That's honestly, it's why I like getting a little bit more unique with these roster constructions. Then we have Logan Allen against Michael Kang. That's going to be a low total. Those are 2 solid pitchers there in San Diego. And then the last matchup in that series, we have. Is that a Thursday game? Is the last one on Thursday? Oh, no, there it is. Ben Lively against Dylan Cease. Shout out Dylan Cease, baby. Tickets are cheap, man. You can go to cheap-ass games out there. God, I need to live over there. Go over to Fantasy Pros. What's going on in Fantasy Pros? I got Fangraphs up as well, but I'm just looking at schedules here right now. All right, no, not last. Detroit and Seattle here. We got Jackson Joby and Emerson Hancock. And then oh, wait, no. And we did the Cubs. Why did we do the Cubs Athletics already? Anyways, whatever. Jackson Joby and Emerson Hancock there for Tigers and Mariners. The M's slight faves there. Low total, though. Low total in that game. Then we got Casey Mize and Logan Gilbert. Shout out Logan Gilbert. He balled out. And then the last game is on Thursday, I think, if that is no, yeah, Thursday. Nope. Tariq Skubal and Luis Castillo, the Aces, with a little Wednesday afternoon baseball. And then the last series, this will be a fun one. Braves and Dodgers. Grant Holmes and Tyler Glass now. 8.5 total. Dodgers, big faves there. Big faves for the Dodge. Second matchup is Sale against Dustin May. Dodgers will be like slight faves there. And then the last one, Ronaldo Lopez and Blake Snell. So that's what we're looking at. Fantasy Pros is easier to see all the matchups. All right, I'll pull it up. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I've been using Fangraphs mostly for matchup stuff. I actually thought ESPN would be a little bit easier. So that's why I was doing that. Where's the let's see. This actually all right, you know what? I don't think I should have Fantasy Pros up right now because it's not. I need to like know how to use the website before I start messing around with that. But anyways, that's what we're looking at. Oh, there we go. I like that. Fantasy Pros hitter matchups. Okay. All right. Fantasy Pros hitters matchup. That's fun. That's fun. All right, let's do it. Look at you, Jump Shooty. Look at you. All right, we'll share screen here. That's fun. What is the what is the number based on here? Like where it says, oh, is that like as a fantasy ranking, it's starting pitcher 85? Oh, rank 85, rank 27. Okay. All right. That's pretty interesting. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Who's tagging me in the? Oh, there we go. I got it. I got it. I think this is what you're looking at. That's fun. I like this. Wow, Sean Newcomb, rank 394. That's sick for the Red Sox. Yeah, listen, your daily Orioles. Get ready. Get ready. All right, I'm gonna build a lineup over here. I'm gonna build a lineup over here for this coming game week here, and just I want you guys to help me as we talk through this. Let's go home. Let's go play now. Let's go to bi-weekly. Let's get into it. All right. So I'm going to be doing at least two, maybe three limited champion lineups. Wait, no, don't be in there. Don't be in there. Because I want everybody's input. So I think, how would you rank the stacks for this upcoming game week? So we know there's 4 teams with 4 games, right? So we have the Reds, who again, Great American Small Park. That would be probably my lean. We have the Brewers. We have the Twins, and then we have the Stros. So where are you, if you had to rank those 1 through 4, assuming those are your 4 favorites, where are you going there? Like, where are you forcing them in? Now, because again, I'm a little bit nervous about this Twins, like shitty weather, but they do have 4 games, so you kind of force it in, I guess. I do have a Christian Encarnacion Strand there. All right, so you're going Twins, Reds, Brewers, Stros. So Stros in last place in that one. All right. All right. Anybody else in the chat want to weigh in on that? I'm going to start building this bad boy. Let's look at our projected starting pitchers here. Let's blow this up a little bit more. Let's start here. So these are what I have to choose from. Also, I scooped up a couple more cards here over the weekend. So we got Logan Gilbert with a matchup against the Tigers. Ryan Pepois against the Pittsburgh Pirates. We got Garrett Crochet against the Baltimore Orioles. Tanner Hawk. Looks like I won't get a Bryce Miller. So that's it. Of those 4 starters, are you just going Gilbert there? I think my initial lean is Gilbert. You could talk me into Ryan, but I think I would go Gilbert. Against Detroit there. Is that where you guys would land? And I mentioned this in the first show that we did. How often, I guess specifically for you pros out there, you fantasy pros, if you will, how often are you forcing the closer with the starter? I mean, I guess it's matchup dependent, right? But I like the idea that if I'm playing this pitcher to win, I would also like to put the closer with it, right? And especially if this is in a beatable matchup all weekend, I do think you just start Gilbert and then go. And these are my relievers to choose from. We do have Clay Holmes there. We do have Clay Holmes against Miami. We also have Aroldis Chapman over there. Mason Miller of the A's. We have Munoz, who I mentioned. We have Cade Smith. Shout out Borland's guys. And then Jeff Hoffman as well. Who is your favorite reliever there? Yeah, it has to be close for a save. That's true too. I know Hoffman pitched twice this weekend for the Blue Jays with 1 save and then 1 just like messing around there. So they got some work in. Chapman only pitched once because the Red Sox suck. Yeah, this is a good point too. That is a good point too, right? So of mine that have 4, I don't know if I have anybody that has 4. I don't have anybody that has 4. So I could throw Clay Holmes in there, but I don't think I would do that. I think I just go Munoz against I think I'm just going to stack this up. I think I'm just going to go Munoz, and just do Mariners right there. So after that, I think we go Borland. I think we shout out Aaron Borland and we head down to Minnesota because I do think we could do a nice little mini stack here with the Twins. So I think I forget who we have for our. Oh no, we don't have a Twins first baseman, but we do have Encarnacion Strand, I think, right? So he's got 4 games. I don't know if I have any Stros here. Is Jose Abreu still getting action? I don't think so, right? He's just getting basically paid to stay away from the team, right? So all right, Encarnacion Strand, we start there, and then I think we just fire out some Twins in this. Next up, we'll go Willie Castro. Am I wrong? Did he have 2 bombs this weekend? Did Willie Castro have 2 freaking bombs this weekend? Willie. Or maybe it was just one. Maybe I'm confusing him with the other one. I know he had one today, though. We're going to go Castro. Now we could go Buxton here in the outfield. And then I think we could go Wallner. Wallner there. Now, so this is what you're saying we always do a hitter here, right? We always do a hitter in the flex. So let me read off some hitters to you. We have, let's get to the hitters. These are all pitchers. What are you doing, Zakarian? Cassis, that's 3 games. Volpe, 3 games. Trevor Story with 3 games. Gary L with 3 games. We got Garrett Mitchell. So the Brewers, 4 games for Garrett Mitchell. Jorge Soler, Alex Bregman, Kauser with 3, but day-to-day. Rooker, Belly with 3. We've got some more 4-game. Oh, Larnick. Do you just do a full twin stack here? I think that's it for my 4 gamers. I think Larnick is my last. Oh, no, we have Mark Kana, but he's such a platoon guy. We also, Abreu. I already said that. Do we just go Larnick there? Roll out 4 twins with Strand? How do we feel about that? Taylor was saying his lineup is tricky. You'll put the hitter in my flex first over the hit spot so I don't have to scroll. Or would you go Mitchell? Borland is saying Mitchell. How do we feel about Garrett Mitchell there instead of Trevor Larnick? We go Mitch. Sweet Mitchell there, Garrett Mitchell. It is against the Royals. We do like that matchup. And that would give us 3 twins and then a Carcio's Strand. And that would be a full lineup of 4 guys, 4 games. And then plus our guy Gilby and Munoz. I like playing this one just because we shouted out both Encarnacion Strand and Garrett Mitchell in our first video over there. Yeah, Playback did announce MLB, Patty. It announced MLB. Also, I don't know if you guys checked. Did you guys see that it no longer says Elite Fantasy Hoops with Mike Zakarian? You guys see that? Elite Fantasy Sports. 3 Twins has been fantasy for years, right? Relax, Mike. Relax, Mike. Suarez. Yeah, I think I'll throw Suarez in my second lineup. Let's do that. So, all right. Podcast listeners, we got Gilbert. We've got the Gilbert Munoz, followed by Encarnacion Strand, Willie Castro, Buxton, Wallner, and Garrett Mitchell. So there we go. Let's do our next lineup here. Also, I hope this is entertaining, guys. I apologize if it's not. I hope this is entertaining talking through the lineup building. I think who do you think? Let's just go Pepwa against the Pirates. Also, it's probably Pepe out or something like that. I don't hate Mason Miller here. Mason Miller balls out a little bit. Chapman makes me nervous just because he's been so bad. But honestly, how about Hoffman? Hoffman against the Natties. I know the Natties showed up tonight against the Phillies, but I think we're just going to throw Hoffman in there. And now we can have a little fun here, where I think we do our Red Sox stack again, because I don't think I have any more 4 gamers. And I think, like Devers, as we said, can't be this bad forever. We'll throw Rafi in there. Then for our middle infielder, we've got Seager. Seager, 3 games at Cincinnati for Seager feels like a moonshot, right? And again, let me just double check the 4 gamers. I think, yeah, let's just throw Seager in there. Honestly, maybe for the daily, he makes more sense, but you think Mason Miller over Hoffman? I know. I just said, how many times are the A's going to be in closing opportunities? That's my only concern. Against the Cubs, I guess maybe. Should I be taking him? Yeah, I know. I need a Manzardo. Manzardo, the GOAT. Should I be playing Mason Miller over Munoz? Anyways. All right, let's go back to this. All right, so we need to get Suarez in there. I agree. In New York, even though the line, or do we play Larnach here? Let's get Larnach in there for 4 games. Then we'll put Suarez in there next. Let's get Suarez. Eugenio, baby. Eugenio. All right, so what would you do here? Again, our starting pitcher options, which we'll probably just use for the daily, but it's Garrett Crochet, Tanner Hawk, Clay Holmes. That's it for start. I thought Dean Kramer should be pitching that 3rd game against the Red Sox, though. But I guess we don't know yet. But Valdez too. Valdez is going to pitch one of these next 4 games. Anyways, we'll save him. Also, shout out Jacob deGrom, had a solid start today. I think we just go. I would say either Cassis. Again, I want the Red Sox to cook. Gurriel. I think we're just going to do Cassis here. Rooker against the Cubs. I think we're just going to do Cassis, so I have 2 Red Sox to sweat. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're just clicking Cassis. We're doing it. Bang, bang. All right, these are going to be my 2 main lineups. Framber over for Pepois. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Framber over Pepois. Let's do it. I do like Valdez. All right, there we go. All right, so the other thing I wanted to talk through is just like, wait, you say dude Duran over Casas? Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That actually makes sense. That makes sense. What's going on here? Why is that showing me Duran already? Let's look by lineups. Why is that showing me? Did I like misclick? All right, let's. What is Oh, I see. Sorry, my bad. My bad. I was looking at the wrong thing. And then I want to talk through. Wait, did I accidentally click Duran there for that last spot? That's hilarious. I thought I clicked Cassis, but I clearly. Oh no! Oh wait, no. There we. Did I just delete that team? What the? Oh my god! All right, whatever. We don't need to set it again. All right. The other thing I wanted to do here, since we got a little bit more time, I was curious. Like, did you guys see anything this weekend that forced you to go out and buy anybody? Like, I didn't know if there was like a marketplace bin that we should be talking about after the first couple of games. It was funny. I spent probably too much time thinking about this weekend, mainly because I went out too late on Friday and then was alone most of the day on Saturday. So I was just trying to keep my brain moving. And I was thinking a little bit about like the contrast between Sorare MLB and Sorare NBA. And I think one of the nice things about it is that like you just don't have to buy things every week. It's just really nice that you don't have to buy things every week. And that's kind of how it feels with NBA is you're like constantly figuring out caps and stuff like that. So it's been nice to not being like, it's just kind of like, oh, I already have my gallery. So like, I'm going to really want to get somebody to do it. I don't need to be like, oh, I need to buy this like cap of 8 to make my lineup work, which has been a nice change. I do think, oh wait, Tesla. No, it's not a bit, man. We're locked in, baby. We're locked in. We need something to do this off season. I do think Tatis though, I was listening to some quotes from him. Tatis sounds like he is healthy. He sounds like he's healthy right now, right? Ooh, Gurriel just smoked a game time bomb. There we go. Thank you, Lourdes. Yeah, I know. I really did stop. I've like slowed down the NBA stuff just because you can't keep up with it at this time of the season. I honestly think the right move is to sell off those guys and then get ready for the playoffs. I think that's the way to approach the NBA at this point in the season. It's just too much of a crapshoot, man. It's like which Brooklyn net is going to play 32 minutes, which 76er is just going to play. Honestly, Savannah Banana, I get some Savannah Banana takes. I'm happy it exists, but I don't think they should. I think you should have to accompany somebody under 12 in order to get in. Also, not in a weird way. Not in a weird way. MLB sides don't tank to same levels NBA do. Yeah. No, I've been having fun with this. This has been like a fun, easy sweat. I really enjoyed the Underdog Daily MLB game that I did last year, the second half of the MLB season. And like, I miss doing that. But this has been nice. I've been enjoying this quite a bit. All right. You're saying check out Xavier Edwards, huh? Is that a Miami Marlin? Woo, baby, look at me, man. I'm locked in. You hear that, Borland? I'm locked in. Xavier Edwards, here we got $11 limited on the on the manager sale marketplace. And then auto, how about the instant buy auto? Is it not? Is auto short for something? Uh, is it Autovino? Is it just Lopez? Pablo, Ronaldo, Jorge. All right, no auto Lopez. Um, yeah, it makes sense, Mike. You have to do like you have to have a budget and you have to have a lot of free time around lock in order to play NBA successfully, I think. And MLB, I mean, that's why it's kind of nice to do this like live before lock the night before. We'll hang out for like an hour and 20 minutes, and then it can just live here and you can tune in tomorrow if you want and like check in on it. I don't know. Um, all right, of the 3 games here, let's do this now. So, like, clearly, because it kind of feels dumb to tune in every week and be like, hey, these 4 teams have 4 games this week, so play these teams. Of the 3 games, of the teams that have 3 games this game week, what is the team you are going out of your way to stack? Or are you just more so doing one-offs? Like I know Taylor said Eugenio Suarez is somebody you'd play. I'm sure obviously like some Yankee heavy hitters like Judge, who's on pace to hit 4,000 home runs. Oh, there you go. There you go, Borland. Hell yeah, man. The Dodgers, you're going after some Dodgers this weekend. So, man, the Dodgers are just like a fucking force, huh? So the Dodgers play. Who did we say they played this week? This upcoming week, they play Doyers. I keep thinking of Keenan Thompson. Doyers. They play the Braves. Oh yeah, and especially that Grant Holmes matchup. Like Chris Sale might be a little spicy, but Grant Holmes, they should absolutely go nuts. You got the dads and the Cardinals. Joey Peak there with a big yellow. Joey, I got to tell you, the background of this avatar makes me think you were doing some authoritative stuff in an Eastern European country. It's the brightness of the yellow that makes me feel like this poster is up somewhere in like Bosnia. You know what I mean? But Joey says, how bad did Sorare mess up the MLB? This essence is just to play his bullshit. RIP to the devil. What a waste. Yeah. Hey, Joey, listen. I kind of disagree. I was just talking about this the other night that I think what they somehow managed to make it so it's still good to buy stuff for in season, but also like the way they're doing the energy shit is that your classic cards can still be used in season. I think that's pretty good. That's better than them doing what they did in NBA, where you use your classic cards for these classic competitions that are like, you got to finish in the top like 0.05% in order to have anything profitable to win like a good card. So listen, I'm relatively new to the baseball streets. I'll happily take an L if this is incorrect. But this to me seems like a better way to do this than what they've been doing on the other side of the things. And I get it, man. I get that it is frustrating that if you're like, hey, I spent all of this money last year or the year before, and then I can't go out there and like now I got to spend more money again to be competitive. I get that frustration for sure, for sure. But also like they have to make some money. Like as a company, they got to make some money. So like I understand that has to evolve a little bit. So I don't know. I disagree a little bit. But listen, if you come back like 5 weeks from now, maybe I'm also angry. Okay, RIP to the devs makes way more sense than RIP to the devil. I wasn't really sure what was happening when you said rest in peace to the devil. I was like, where did that didn't seem to fit with everything else they were talking about. I did say you had some Eastern European authoritative energy from your photo, but I didn't think it was satanic energy, So when you said rest in peace to the devils, I did not see that coming. Also, Joe, you seem like a new name, man. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that and that wasn't so mean that you felt like you were bullied. All right, that came from a place of love. But I also should say for people that are complaining that the baseball is more bullshit this season than last season, I didn't play last season, so I'm relatively new. So I will own up to that bias, if you will, that I might not have the same frustrations that other teams have. Windy City says I have a really small gallery and can already field multiple in-season teams. That's good. That is a good sign. Yeah, I guess this is a good point. Like, now that I'm rethinking what Joey said a little bit, I really shouldn't have any sort of criticism towards. Well, I shouldn't be frustrated with anybody's criticisms or make fun of it until like this time next year after I've already spent money on in-season cards. Although I did do that on NBA. The key is you just got to fucking win, man. You got to win early. Thought he was just in the devil race. Cubs just gave up a 2-run hit to a pitcher in the DH era. Love it, man. Which pitcher got the base knock? Which pitcher got the base knock? What else you guys got for me? Anything else exciting going on? Any other marketplace buys we should look at? I'll show you what my collection looks like right now. I got a little bit excited. Moved off a lot of NBA stuff. Again, this is probably an L. I mentioned this in the Live Before Lock show last week, I think, or an NBA. I always, at the end of the season, move off of stuff just because I don't want to just watch it depreciate. We got our guy Bryce Miller. We got some Mason Miller. We got Goldschmidt, Brandon Lau. We got Cody Belly Dance, Anthony Volpe, little Seager in here, the Hoffman, Ryan Pipois. I mentioned Jorge Soler. I crafted. Hopefully, I get to craft again soon here at 8:30. Munoz. We got some O's over there. All right, I think you guys knew I had these. These are basically the weekend editions up here. The weekend editions. But that's what we're looking like. We got 830 Essence over there, so 170 away. Man, Ryan Nelson. Wait, I used to have a Ryan. Oh, wait, did you just see that card? Is that why you said that? Because I think I have a Ryan Nelson. Oh, wait, no, Ryan Nelson's the one that got a hit. Oh, that's the Diamondbacks, right? I think I have a Nelson, no? Yeah, there he is, baby. Look at that guy. Look at that. Yeah, he's got the face of somebody that just said a slur, though. Like, look. Yeah, that's Morgan Wallen at the end of SNL energy right there, huh? D-backs have some hitters. There you go, Patty. Good to see you hitting some D after your Hawaiian vacation there. Jump shoot. I haven't sealed any cards yet. I haven't done any of those mechanics yet. I really should, but I haven't. Because my issue was I wanted to make sure that I had enough cards to play both the biweekly and the daily. So I don't think my gallery's big enough that I can start sealing stuff yet. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. You really know how to widen the tent. Tesla, you would have been really proud of my Rafael Devers joke to open the stream. I think you would have. I think you would have appreciated it more than most. Although maybe Weisberg would have reached out being like, you shouldn't have done that. But I think you would have liked that joke. We had a really solid Devers joke. That is a good question, though, Jump Shoot, about the ceiling. Like, do you think that you should be actually, I'll just repeat it. You don't have to do it again. I will just say that Rafael Devers racked up enough Ks this weekend that it seemed like he was trying to join a hate group. Jump shoot. I think that is a good conversation, though. How many cards do you think you should own before you start sealing? Do you know what I mean? Like, should you be like, what should the number be? Yeah, it was an A+ joke, guys. It was an A+ joke. I'm not mad, honestly, and I improvised. That came off the top. That was off the top. It felt good. I should have put the hood on though. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry this didn't come with a hand job. I just don't think it's included in the airdrops. That's stylistically, that's tough to include that in an airdrop. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point by both you guys. Like, so, all right, let's look through my gallery here. Let's look through my gallery. Let's see who should we be sealing and pop locking and dropping or vaulting or touching. All right, how do I do it? We go to the vault here. Let's go to the vault. Let's go to the vault. Let's start sealing. All right, so let's find. So we want to seal guys. Can you like sort by who's hurt? That would be a fun sort. Um, is Brandon? No. Let's see. Let's. All right. So Yoshida's on. We should seal Yoshida while he's hurt, right? Wait, why is it seal? Wait, seal. Well, I don't lose my Red Sox bonus by sealing, huh? Yeah, tough. You know what though? I'm such a Kettle Marte fan though, man. I love Kettle Marte. I like a guy that can steal a bag and hit a bomb. All right, there we go. First card sealed. All right, they don't lose collection bonus. Thank you, Mike. Look at Mike. Mike, you don't even follow baseball and you're cooking right now. All right, let's continue. Let's find some more. Look at that. That's pretty. That looks nice. Loyalty. 1 out of 3. We're all about loyalty. Family. All right, let's see what else we got here. Anybody else dinged up? No, we're playing all these bros. Yeah, but like, I don't know who this is, right? Do you guys know? Oh, he's a relief pitcher. All right, Kevin. All right, he's on the DL. Definitely doing Kevin Ginkel. The fuck is Kevin Ginkel? Come on, Ganks. Little Kevin Ginkel. Go seal your Abreu. That's another good one. Yeah. Sorry, we're too busy sealing Ginkel right now. How about Graham Ashcraft? What's he doing? What's Graham Ashcraft doing? Oh man, Cutter. I honestly do like Cutter Crawford. Cutter Crawford's got some fun like off-speed stuff. You think? Yeah, find a seal. There we go. Thank you, Boston Base. Thank you, Boston Base. Graham Ashcraft retired? I didn't think he was old enough to retire. I thought he was young. All right, Graham. He's a bit latest scores. He got 12. When was that? Game week 60, baby. Throws scoreless 8th inning on March. Oh no, he pitched this year. He pitched today. But he's coming in relief. We'll seal him. Is this what you guys wanted me to do, by the way? Is this how you guys wanted me to do content? Wait, hold on. Alexis Diaz, he's on the DL too, huh? All right. We're getting the seals in, baby. We're getting the seals. Oh, he's getting save opportunities. All right, let's go. Because I sealed this guy. LOL, thought he was young. No. Well, hey, hold on, Tesla. I was right though. Nice try. You're not gonna shit on me. I was right. All right, there we go. That's good. What other stuff do you guys have? Also, was this useful? Like, should we be doing this? The next Sorare MLB show, I think we're going to do Wednesday at like 4. I think we're going to do an afternoon show. Pitchers with SP designations that are actually RPs are actually, yeah, that's the Clay Holmes, right? That's what we're doing with Clay Holmes. The Clay Holmes stuff. And you could even, I think putting a starter in a relief pitcher spot is good too, right? But yeah, we're going to be doing this Sundays around this time. I mentioned this, by the way. I know Patrick. Wait, that's opposite? You don't think you should be putting using what? Wait, what did I say? Okay, whatever. I did it backwards. But yes, we're saying the same thing. This is great. I sealed Trevor May. He's now entertaining everyone in the poll with his podcast. We're gonna do this every Sunday around this time, and then every Wednesday. And I think that'll be around like 5 o'clock. And again, I'm going to try to get some guests as we get deeper into this and as I get a better feel for the baseball season. This is what I was going to say. So Playback did announce MLB. So what we're going to do, maybe we'll start next week. We're not going to do it tonight, but starting next week, we're going to roll this show right into Playback so that what we can do, we'll do Live Before Lock on Sundays. We'll do this show, get ready for the next game week. Maybe we'll build like some sort of pick 'em or some sort of bet or something and for Sunday Night Baseball. And then we'll go over to Playback and we'll sweat out Sunday Night Baseball. So if you have because that'll be the last game of the game week, we can watch the end of the game week with that game, have a little sweat on there. Should be fun for Sunday Night Baseball. So not going to do it tonight. But we will do it in the future. Clay Holmes is good because he's a starter to put. Yeah, isn't that what I was saying? That I was pro Clay Holmes for the daily contest? Ronaldo Lopez, relief pitcher in his. Yeah, I thought that's what you were saying. Any New York update? No, nothing, dude. Fucking nothing. Nothing on Underdog stuff. It's brutal. Is there anything? No, nothing on the back of the hoodie. Nothing on the back of the hoodie. Straight black. All black, everything. Yeah. Also, look at my hair. We get a bad hair day. See, I get a haircut. And now it looks all fuzzy. I look like a child, man. Just look like a child that's seen some shit, you know? Also, my camera's like, there we go. We're back. I want to make sure you can see how old I look. Okay. We're just saying different stuff. I got you. What's our MLB situation looking like right now? How are people? What's the schedule? I mean, the score's looking like. So everybody's mad about the Dodgers here. All right. So we get the Angels. Angels are up 1 here in the bottom of the ninth, but 2 men on for the old Chi Sox. D-backs up 10-6. And then we got Braves Dodgers to end it. That'll be fun. Auburn's about to move on. Yeah, 64-55. Hey, are you guys still alive in the sleeper pool? Not sleeper, Jesus. Splash Sports. Terrible advertiser here. Yeah, that's a good. Although he's starting this week, right? But yeah, he should be in the bullpen soon. I think. Also, I forgot, we got hoops going on right now, too. You're still cooking. Is Sneap still alive, too? No, I'm dead in the Pookie pool. Pookie pool is dead. What do we have here? We got Portland and the Knicks. Portland beating the Bing Bong Boys. Who's cooking for them? Denny with 22-4-3 at halftime. Good Lord. OG Anunoby with 15. All right, dudes. I think we're going to call it there. Florida and Duke left. Wow, dude. You're shipping this thing. Let's go. Don't screw it up, man. Cooper Flag. I did watch a lot of college hoops this weekend. I did. I enjoyed it. I didn't watch anything today, though. I watched the women's games today. The second half. I was watching the second half. We were doing a lot of work. What's your Morgan Wallen take? I just, why did he say yes to SNL if he didn't want to be there? You know what I mean? Just, don't go. Don't do it. I'm not even trying to get political about it. So why are you doing it? Just, don't do it. I didn't watch SNL, though. Although, you know what I'll tell you? I mean, this is real inside New York politics, though. But our guy Zoran, who we voted for in Queens, is running for mayor right now. And he's doing my friend's comedy show tonight. He's not a comedian. He's just doing it to get the word out. Love it. If you're in New York, vote for Zoran, man. Yeah, I'm excited for the playbacks, too. I think that's going to be a fun rotation. I just like the idea of doing the show, leading into it. Listen. Would love if you have things that you would like to see in this show moving forward, because again, I'm still figuring out the best way. With basketball, it's very clear. We go over the injury news, we go over the games, we go over the projections. It's very clear how we do this. For baseball, still kind of figuring out the best way. I do think, to Taylor's suggestion, the night before lock, like on Sundays and on Wednesdays, I do think that's very helpful. I think getting guests on moving forward is a good idea. Again, I like the playback, but if you guys have things that you would like to see, or things that you think would make this show, wow, I just did that, Jesus, things that you think that would make this show a little bit more useful, entertaining, insightful, whatever, please let me know. Would like to make it, it's definitely gonna be a different vibe than Sorare NBA, but use the Fangraphs closer chart in the future. Okay, all right. That we can do. Yeah, I was gonna use Fangraphs, and then I got distracted today. I had it pulled up, but I didn't have what Jump Shoot had shared. I didn't have that. I didn't have that up, but anyways, I think that's it though. Hour and 15. This is fun. This is a fun hang. I appreciate you guys bullying me into getting into MLB, specifically Borland, Taylor, Jump Shoot, and DJ Local. It was fun. If you're not watching this live, do me a favor, like the video and subscribe if it's your first time here. Again, we will do baseball every Sunday, every Wednesday here on no longer Elite Fantasy Hoops, but Elite Fantasy Sports with Mike Zakarian. NBA Bit on our other channel is still Monday through Friday. And if you're still doing the NBA Hoops or Sorare NBA on Mondays and Fridays, we're still doing live before lock. So that's tomorrow. Also, I think I'm having a meeting with our guy, Johnny Baby. Having a meeting with John to talk a little Sorare NBA playoffs. So hopefully we'll have an update for you guys late next week, early the following week. I know you missed another rebrand. I did it right before the show. I just did it right before the show. I figured it was easier in case anybody was sore. And honestly, who is searching YouTube for fantasy hoops? Right? You're searching for fantasy basketball or fantasy sports. So I don't know. We're just fucking with the algorithm, man. We're trying to make it here. All right. We're trying to make it. Doing everything we can. Trying our best. But yeah, I think that's it. All right. Fangraphs, closer chart, fantasy pros, hitter matchups, and swish. All right. There we go. That's good. I also was talking to our guy, Billy Jackson, top tier projections, trying to get some top tier baseball projections. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. That could be fun. All right, dogs. Best of luck. See you tomorrow. NBA Bit, 9 a.m. Live before lock, 5 p.m. Or I'll just see you probably on top of the leaderboard. Not like Boston base, more of a bottom. You know what I mean? All right, guys. Have a great one. See you tomorrow.